Alright, this video is going to be about the Dragon Ball Z ignorance in the anime community. Just through, living life, and I see that Dragon Ball Z is something that's kind of past its time, which I don't have a problem with. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite anime of all time, but I have no problem with it being, past its time. I understand that. But when people say things like Dragon Ball Z isn't even as good as Bleach, stuff like that, I can't just let things like that slide. I really cannot. And that's actually something that has recently happened. That's actually the most recent situation that I've run into regarding Dragon Ball Z ignorance. But yeah, I'm kind of here to educate the ignorant, and also kind of put some respect on Dragon Ball Z for us true Dragon Ball Z fans. So yeah, let's get into it. In this video, I will also be using other examples just to help, kind of relate it and give it a bit of an easier understanding. But I will be trying to also stay on topic with, I guess, what I'm talking about, Dragon Ball Z. And I do also understand that because Dragon Ball Z is so popular, it's kind of like the normal. It's just when things become popular to a certain level, it's kind of the cool thing to kind of just hate on it. So that part of it doesn't really bug me. You know what I mean? But it's more when people actually talk about the quality of Dragon Ball Z. That's what really bugs me. If you guys are an older subscriber, you guys have probably realized that I'm taking more of a discussion-based approach to my videos. So if you guys do like these videos, one, let your opinion fly down in the comments below. Also, turn on the notification bell, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and enjoy the gameplay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna use the word ignorant a lot in this video. Which is it's fine. I think ignorance is probably the most descriptive word for the situation. And you see, the people who say things like Goku gets power-ups and the rest of the characters don't matter because Goku's gonna show up and save the day anyways. It kind of there's a lot of similarities here, or I guess there's one similarity actually. I hear people say things like that. You know what I mean? And what I've also been doing is I've been testing people. Anybody who tries to have a Dragon Ball Z debate with me, I test them. I ask them simple things like, for example, how is it exactly that Gohan defeated Cell in the Kamehameha struggle? They can't answer me. They're like, oh, he just overpowered, and his was just stronger because he's Super Saiyan 2 and he had the power of a dad behind him and the power of friendship and blah blah blah. I'm like, no. The only reason why he won that beam struggle is because Vegeta swallowed his pride and shot Cell in the back when he wasn't looking. But they can't answer those things. They don't know that those things have happened. And it's all starting to fall in place. I'm starting to realize things.
Wait a minute!
These people haven't even watched Dragon Ball Z. That's where this ignorance is coming from. And I think it's coming from the same type of ignorance of people who say things like Demon Slayer and My Hero are top 5 greatest anime of all time. I think the reason why people say things like that is because they haven't seen. You know what I mean? That's pretty much just what ignorance is, because they haven't seen. So the people who bash Dragon Ball Z for being boring and not having an interesting story, and the characters don't matter, and this, that, and the third, and Goku's a terrible main character who doesn't drive the story forward. Those people say things because they just haven't seen it. But I can completely understand it. One, Dragon Ball Z, like I said, is past its time, and I'm okay with that. It's understandable. It's old as hell. But at the same time, I think it's also because it's so deeply embedded into pop culture that everyone kind of feels like they just know what happens, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, for example, your uncle who doesn't know how to work his own phone probably knows all about Dragon Ball Z. That's what I mean. People who even kind of bash anime in general. They're like, oh, anime's for weirdos, anime's for children, anime's weird. They know about Dragon Ball Z. I think that's what's really also driving this ignorance forward. Is the fact that everyone feels like they know about Dragon Ball Z, even when they really don't, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, going forward, even, I don't think Naruto, I don't think One Piece, I don't think any of these animes will be as deeply embedded into pop culture as Dragon Ball Z, honestly and truly. I think, for example, Kamehameha is easily the most iconic move in anime history. More iconic than the Rasengan, more iconic than the Sharingan itself, more iconic than any type of Bankai. any type of gum fruit, or sorry, not gum fruit, devil fruit. You know what I mean? Like I think Dragon Ball Z achieved a little bit too much. That sounds very corny, but I think it honestly achieved too much greatness to the point where that's what's its downfall right now. Which is fine. I don't have a problem with people not wanting to watch Dragon Ball Z because they think it's very plain and boring, whatever. I don't think anybody should have to watch any anime. Watch what you want to watch. But I'm also here to educate the people who are saying those things. Just so maybe one day you're like, you know what, fine, I'll watch Dragon Ball Z. Now regarding the Bleach versus DBZ debate that me and someone had, they were saying things like Dragon Ball Z doesn't have as good character development, as good world building, as good as it has more plot armor than Bleach, and I was like, that's crazy. Like I get it's the cool thing to hate on Dragon Ball Z because it's so popular. It's whatever. That doesn't bug me. But like I said, the quality is like no. There's no way. There's no way you believe that Chad's character development outdoes Dragon Ball Z's their whole cast character development. And they're like, yeah, it does. And I almost lost it. They're saying no plot armor. I'm like, okay. Kenpachi versus Ichigo, that fight made no sense. It really didn't make sense how Kenpachi lost that fight. He's one of the higher ranking, I guess, generals in the Soul Society, and yeah, that literally made no sense. And everyone's like, well, he didn't use his full power. Well, it made no sense that he didn't use his full power. Someone was invading the capital. You know what I mean? Or not the capital, but I guess it's the Soul Society hideout or whatever, the HQ. So he should have been on his tip-top game to execute Ichigo. There should be no reason why. And I get Kenpachi is one of those guys who likes to fight. He enjoys the battle. But to actually lose the battle against this novice named Ichigo, that just makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense. And then also world building. I think Dragon Ball's world building honestly gets slept on. The Dragon Balls are a very great plot device. I think, of course, in the Buu Saga, I will also admit Dragon Ball's faults, but in the Buu Saga, they did get overused, and it just became like a cheat code. But you know how hard it is to create a world where you have aliens who can shoot beams out of their hand, magic. You also have things like time travel and great technology. The only other story that I can think of off the top of my head, or the only other world that I can think of off the top of my head that's able to do that and make it all make sense, is the Marvel Universe. So yeah, I think hats off to Dragon Ball Z. They had absolutely amazing world building. There is, of course, animes like One Piece that have better world building in terms of giving meanings to things and whatnot, but I think the actual limits of what you can do in the Dragon Ball world are, I think it was very well put together. But yeah, I don't know how Bleach's world building is better than Dragon Ball's. I literally don't understand that. One thing I will also be understanding about is not only the fact of Dragon Ball Z being so popular and so, you know what I mean, like Dragon Ball Z is a very, to an extent, cliche anime on the surface level, but Dragon Ball Super also does a very bad, or I guess a very good job of tarnishing Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z's name. I also want to put into perspective, like Dragon Ball Super is not even possible. Like it's literally impossible. In a second I'm gonna get into why that is true, but this whole thing about Dragon Ball Z being this basic punch kick anime with no plot, a whole bunch of power-ups, side characters don't matter because Goku's gonna save the day at the end of the day. I see like Super feeds into that. Super does a very great job of feeding into that. But the reason why I think Dragon Ball Super also, or not I think, the reason why Dragon Ball Super doesn't make sense is because at the end of Dragon Ball Z, Goku, he reached his limit of becoming the strongest. Super Saiyan 3, he probably could stretch it a little bit longer if he trained, you know what I mean, be able to use the form like for maybe an extra minute or two, but he pretty much said, yo, this is the limit. Like there's no getting past this really. So power scaling wise, the idea that these guys can just hold hands and reach the level of gods doesn't make sense. Even motivation wise with the characters, motivationally, Vegeta has literally like one thing that drove this story forward, or even the action forward in Dragon Ball Z, is the relationship between Goku and Vegeta, and that relationship came to an end. So there really shouldn't be any more big action scenes. It shouldn't be a thing. Goku reached his physical limits So yeah, these guys should probably still be training to keep their bodies in shape, as you know, as their pride as a warrior. But like I said, motivation wise, Vegeta hung up his jersey and said, "Yo, bro, I'm done. You're number one, Goku, and that's okay." Vegeta finally came to that realization. I'm okay with that. He put his pride to the side for good. So the fact that in Dragon Ball Super he's still trying to chase that pride is so stupid. So yeah, in the anime community, I also want us to, I want us to really treat Dragon Ball Z like it's its own thing, just like everyone treats Boruto like it's its own thing. I want us to treat these reiterations for the money grabs as what they are. I don't want them to be counting towards the story, even though I guess these things are canon. Boruto and Super are canon. I just hope that Dragon Ball Super gets the same treatment as Boruto. And I guess it's a little bit harder to see that because with Boruto it at least follows a completely different main character. Even if it's the old main character's son, it's still its own main character. But yeah, I think we should also treat these things like what they are. They're money grabs. That's all they are. They're not trying to actually do justice to the story. They're not trying to better the story. They're not trying to do anything except get some clicks. Get you to purchase the new DLC character in the next Dragon Ball Z game. You know what I mean? So yeah, that about wraps up this video. Like I said, let your opinions fly down in the comments below. Like the video, all that good stuff. And also, my next couple of videos are gonna be kind of a rewrite of Dragon Ball Super, I guess. It's not like I'm really, looking for it to become a manga or an anime itself. Kind of just for fun. But yeah, be on the lookout for those videos. I'm going to be doing, I guess, a Gohan arc, a Z Warrior arc with, I guess, the whole gang, and then I'm going to do like a future Trunks arc. And I guess it's going to be Trunks in his own timeline. I'm not going to do the crossover thing. But yeah, be on the lookout for those videos, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Let's see